Hello again. As you know from the title, 6 churches and a cat cafe. A walk that I've put together since I woke up this morning. No idea what I was going to do. I came up with that, so I hope you enjoy it. Hope you find it of interest. All good. Before we get too involved in the walk itself, let's give a massive shout out to Steve of Teignmouth Junction Model Railway. Link to his channel at the top there. There we go. And he's 65 today. So happy birthday, Steve. Hope you have a really good one. 65, brilliant. Now today's walk is inspired by David's 1900 guidebook that he sent me through a while back. And I've been trying to get round to doing some more of it. So today I shall. Thanks, David. And there's 2 pages in there of churches. 3 on a page. So I thought I could go around and do those. Not much has changed, of course, but the more I looked into it, the more little stories came along with them, interesting facts, etc. So I won't remember all the right dates and stuff like that while I'm filming it. But what I'll do is I'll just film blank parts that I can add a voiceover in. Then I can make sure I've got everything right. All good. Now, I did attend the Christmas light switch on last night, and honest opinion, everything felt slightly rushed, in all honesty. It wasn't quite like last year where they had a competition of windows around the town which was announced and all sorts of stuff. It was like, right, here we are, going to turn the lights on, 3, 2, 1, poof, they were on. And even the lady herself said, yes, I know it's November, but don't worry about that, so I glossed over it. Just seems slightly rushed. Other than that though, tree's lovely. A lot of people got down there, especially due to the weather. It's a good turnout. But got to be honest with you, just felt a little bit rushed this year. And you'll see that on Christmas Day. So we head now down towards St James the Less. And you can see an octagonal tower just visible in the centre there. I'll keep going a little bit further down. Make sure I've got a good shot of it for you, so I won't get a good shot elsewhere. There we go, that tower. Now I've got an interesting fact about that tower, which I'll tell you once I've gone into the churchyard and lined up the photo. Here we are. Here it is in the 1900s, in the 1900 book. And the fun fact about it is that tower we were talking about. The actual church, you can see, was built around it, or it was rebuilt around it in the 1820s. But the tower itself dates back to the 12th century and is actually the oldest building in Teignmouth. There we are. Oh yes. Some pictures from inside the church. And there's some bump about it if you want to pause and try and read it. Right, we're heading back down this way today towards the still standing roundabout, simply because this is the direction of my next church. It's still standing. And this is the Baptist church. Here it is in the 1900s. And the fun fact is in 1979, this church became so popular they couldn't fit everyone in. And they started holding services at the Carlton Theatre, which led to more people coming because they were quite happy to go in the theatre, whereas they may not wanted to go into a church. Anyway, there's a link to an article all about that in the description. That's a fun fact about the Baptist church. Lovely. So that's a problem this church is like to have these days, isn't it? Being too busy. All the stalls, of course, cleared away from the main street there. What we're really looking at now is over there, Teignmouth Methodist Church, originally the Wesleyan Chapel. And let me line him up. I'll do a bit about it in voiceover. And here he is, the Methodist Church. Now this was built as the Wesleyan Chapel in 1845. And the fun fact is it was designed by architect R.B. Best, and the construction cost was a total of £1,500. Wahey! Jackpot to build that. Smash in. So that was the first 3 of the 6 churches. Gonna have a break from that now as we walk down Northumberland Place, past these tags, Art and Community Centre, which is full of people today. Open from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's Relish with the ghost artwork above it. The Makery was the bakery, now it's the Makery where you go in there and do crafts. Lovely. And the Royal Indian Restaurant, which I can't say anything about really because I've never been in there or had anything from. Devon Arms Hotel across over there. And Mini Heaven, a place that a lot of people like to get pasties from. They do one called the Teignmouth Beast. It's massive, but it's a bit too big for Mum, and I'm not the biggest pasty fan myself. Now, I did try the Harbour Fish and Chip Bar the other day, off a camera. I had cod and chips, got Mum's sausage and chips. It was very nice, in fairness, it really was, it was very nice. So I recommend that one, yeah, not bad at all. Next to the Old Jolly Sailor, oldest pub in Teignmouth. Smashing. So where does the Cat Café come into things? Well, it's going to be there. Pebble Beach Cafe and Takeaway is opening up as a cat cafe. And it's going to be a non-profit, everything going to charity over and above. And basically what it means is it's not a cafe for cats, but you can go in there and they'll have about 10 or so cats that live there. Very friendly cats, and they'll sit on your lap and that while you eat and have a cup of tea or whatever. So yeah, Cat Café, interesting one for Teignmouth. Sounds interesting. I'll let you know as it comes along. Just stick our head up here. Quick look at the Backbeach. Quite busy today. Remember last week when I was at Polly Steps and there was no one around at all and it was completely eerie. There's the Atlanta 2, up close and personal. Only ever normally see it from a distance. There we go, one of our local fishing boats. Not sure I'd want to go out to sea on that, but fair play to those who do. I think the ferry is more my cup of tea. And you see now Atlanta 2, Teignmouth. Excellent. And believe it or not, it's just starting to spit with liquid sunshine, which it isn't supposed to be doing today. I had a word with the weather earlier and they said no, it's all right, which is wonderful, of course. Just what I didn't want. I haven't even got my raincoat on. That is annoying. That is annoying. Hopefully there's just a shower. Try and find somewhere to shelter. Maybe in there, that might make sense, wouldn't it? They got the right idea. Well, it's eased off slightly. I'll switch to my hat on now. And no glasses, which is a bit annoying, but there we are. And of course this is the Backbeach.
The gluten is then called
Just enjoy the views. Well, despite sheltering, I did manage to get myself rather wet, in fairness. It was blowing in on me. So I'm quite damp now, which I'm not overly pleased about, because had I thought it was going to rain, I'd have simply worn my raincoat from the start and been dry as a bone. Pam's old cottage. Hello, Pam. All right. Should have found my way here. I could have sheltered under here and stayed completely dry. Never thought about that, but that's stored away in my mind now for next time I'm caught short on the Backbeach. Not sure if the ferry's running today or not. Oh yes it is, look, there it is, ducked up, hiding away, ready to take its first passenger. Approaching now. Lovely. Safe journey. A lot of people fishing along the beach there. And up on the quay. There might be a competition going on today, I think. Don't normally see quite so many all at once. Any changes to the toilet area? A bit more digging gone on, I think. Big deep hole there. A lot of people on Facebook were saying they should have put the new toilets on top of the old toilets, which kind of makes sense, and that would have saved the car parking spaces they've taken up. But there we go. At least there's some toilets, that's all that matters really, isn't it? Fingers crossed we've got a bit of blue sky after that downpour. More fishing. I've got a very low beach at the moment. Hardly any sand at all. See all the bottom of the steps there at the bottom of the wall. Foundations visible. And here we are walking through the space, which used to be full of the tables, formerly known as the Captain's tables. Conveniently located outside of Venus. Conveniently located here no more. Possibly because of the memorial thing, Remembrance Day. They moved them for that. That's what they used to do. But last year they took them off for refurbishing. Whether or not they're gone this year, I don't know. We'll have to see. Busy pier. And let's take a look at the toilets, of course, with the ski jump on the roof. Quite a profile, isn't it? Let's have a look from the front. There we are, still not much to really see from the front, unfortunately. Solar panels on the roof there, I think. Looks like anyway. That's good. They've obviously got the most of the roof, all of the roof on since we last looked. They were just putting it on last time. And here we are from this side. Bit of a space down the back there between the wall and the seafront. Whether or not that'll be filled or not, I don't know. It could be very inviting for children to find their way down there in the summer, of course, if it isn't. There we go. There we go. There's the view. A few people in there. Not as packed as it is sometimes. Saunas in action today. Lovely. Now on to the last of our three churches. St Michael's up ahead. Let me line it up and I'll give you a couple of interesting facts about it. 2 secs. St Michael's. It was built in 1821. It was opened officially in 1823. And the tower was added in 1887 to mark the Golden Jubilee of Queen Victoria. And there's been a church on this site since the 12th century. Oh yes, there we are. A few fun facts about St Michael's. Lovely. Whatever, that was St Michael's. We'll have a look at the board that's round the other side as we walk up. I'm sneezing off of camera. Very, very damp and it's quite cold, so I'll be heading up to warm up and have a nice cup of tea in a minute. I contemplated doing a Rufus run, but I've decided against it. Here's the board, the other side of St Michael's. There's the information if you want to read it. It mentions about the tower of St James's that we spoke about earlier. And a picture of Charles Babbage. considered by many to be the father of the computer. And finally, up ahead of us, we have the last but one, the United Reformed Church. Got a picture of it from the David's Guide. There we are. And what can I tell you about it? Well, I believe it's actually closed now as a church. I might be wrong, but I believe that's the case. I can say that it was built in the 1830s. It was expanded in the 1860s in the Gothic Revival style. And apparently it's now run by the National Trust. And finally, up ahead, we've got the Catholic Church, which will line up and tell you a very interesting fact about that it's not the original church that was rebuilt, because the original church was a little bit further down and they had to knock it down for the railway. Oh yes. Anyway, I'll talk to there about that in a moment. Well, as I was saying, that's not the original church. Oh no. Right, the original one was erected in 1842 and it was constructed over the cut and cover railway tunnel. And in 1875, the railway company decided to uncover those tunnels and the church was dismantled stone by stone and rebuilt in Plymouth. The present church dates to 1877. It's not the only building to be relocated by the railway. Many other dwellings in the town were also affected. Right, tempted to say I'm heading home straight away. I'm not though. Got to go over to Lidls, do a bit of shopping. Site of the old Alberta mansions, which we've covered on the channel before. Lidls. Well, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. I did. 6 churches and a cat cafe. So I put that walk together after waking up this morning. So no real research gone into it, but all good. Thanks to David for giving me the idea. And that's smashing. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Popping down the seawall with any luck, weather permitting. Probably wear my raincoat anyway, whether I think I need it or not. Cover all bases. I did get wet earlier. Bye.